Hello and welcome to the Text 2 Car Road Maintenance Fleet Management Tutorial Series. Today is all about the exit product. So I'm going to show you how to map the buttons to assign geozones or point of interest to the vehicle's current location, and then how to assign those points to the different vehicles. So to get started, select your exit product from the vehicle drop-down menu and navigate down to the settings section. We're going to be working in the Device tab. And today we'll be highlighting buttons 1, 2, 3, and 4. As indicated on the exit product, if you have the device so that the buttons are facing you and press to the left, that will be button 1. If you press and hold to the left, will be button 2. Press to the right will be button 3. Press and hold to the right will be button 4. Now over here on these drop-down menus, you can assign what each button does. So you can see you can select either point of interest or geozones. A point of interest will log through the server all events that are created within its boundaries, whereas a geozone will create an event every time a vehicle enters or exits it. This is perfect for the mower application to notify the drivers of upcoming hazards. So for button 1, let's go ahead and create a point of interest. Now you'll see underneath here is another drop-down where you can actually assign it to the different POI groups that you set up. And we'll go over that in a little bit more detail shortly. So for button 1, we'll set up a point of interest under the business group. Now, under button 2, we'll set up a point of interest under the homes group. Button 3, we'll create a geozone. Now when you create a geozone, you can automatically name it. So if your button 3 you want to use to mark all your culverts, you would title that culverts. Then when these are assigned to all the mowers, those mowers will notify the drivers when they're approaching these culverts. Button 4 we can assign as a geozone again. And this time we can assign that as railroad crossings. Then you'd click Save. Once that's saved, you can plug your exit into the cigarette lighter of your foreman's truck and go around and start marking all these points with their assigned buttons. So let's go back to Command Center, selecting All from the Vehicle drop-down menu, navigate down to our Fleet settings. So if we move over to the POI tab, first, you'll notice you can see all the POIs that have been created. Now, if you want to remap one of those buttons to do a new set of marks, you can add a group. You can title that group, say, stop signs, and then change its icon so it appears on the map as stop signs. Then click Save. So now we can see we have the stop signs group here. So again, we can go back to our exit device and assign that group to a button. Now let's move over to zones. And it's very important, the zones we're going to be managing are underneath the Manage Geozones button. So let's click on that. And once you have all your culverts marked or railroad crossings or anything else that you want to notify drivers when they're approaching, they'll all be listed here once they're marked. This column of numbers will indicate the amount of devices that are assigned to that geozone. And this column shows all the devices that have those geozones pending to it, meaning the geozone will be assigned to it the next time it checks in. To assign these zones to a vehicle, we click Bulk Assign, and you can select one or whichever ones you want to assign to a vehicle, or you can click here and click All. It'll automatically select all of them for you. Same thing over in the devices. You can select one device or you can click all. Right now we're just going to select our exit unit here. Now, once we have the zones that we want to assign to the devices we want them assigned to, we go ahead and click Save. This warning is going to let you know that all of the geozones on that device will be erased when you do this, and the ones that have been selected will then be put on there. So even if you have assigned these geozones before and just want to assign another one to it, make sure that you click all of the zones you want assigned to it. Then click Yes. So now we can see that those geozones are pending to that device. That concludes the video. Thank you for watching.